Good day. This is Jason Moreno, and I work for Quest Software. We're going to be covering a couple of topics today. One is getting access to on demand and creating your organization or org. That is necessary for your licensing of this solution. So, whether you're a partner or a Quest employee, collecting the org from your customer's tenant will allow us to cut a license for them, especially during a security assessment. And then the second topic we're going to be covering during this video is assigning roles to the people within your organization that join the on-demand tenant. Not everybody, we use an RBAC based process. Not everybody wants every teammate to have all of the same access. So we're going to be going through at a high level and covering that as well. So getting started, let's start with the first step, which is getting our customers' orgs created. So the first thing you're going to want to do is send out the quest-on-demand.com link to them to sign up to. It's simple, just https://quest-on-demand.com. Send that to them. Our portal will allow a federated Microsoft account to log in and create their account. So to start this off, we're just going to use a test account just to make things easier. So I'm just going to jump into here. I'm going to grab the password for that account and enter it. And then, of course, based on roles and security, your customer and or yourself will be required to open up your account using an approved sign-in from the Microsoft app. So we're going to go ahead and enter mine in. And we should be getting signed in. There we go. So this is a good thing. When you get logged in the first time, the customer will accept the licensing tenant, the licensing for Quest Software using the on-demand platform. They're going to have to create just an organization for using Security Guardian. So the first thing you're going to do, you see it, it's already pointed out, create organization. And I just want to take a brief moment and cover what organization name means. It is not tied to anything specific. It's not like it is tied to your Azure Tenant ID or anything like that. It is how you want to organize your on-demand platform. So let me give you the best example. Say you have test, dev, and prod, and you have different, say, Azure accounts or Azure tenants for those different environments. No problem. You can just call it whatever makes sense. So I'm just going to say ABC. Well, you could already see. I'm going to hit prod, right? So I've already filled it out. It's just an organizational name. That's all. Then you're going to use your deployment region. If you're a US-based customer, it's going to, or the customer is in the US, it's most likely US, but ask the customer. So this recording is also being recorded for partners. So make sure you ask where their data centers are. They could be headquartered here, but chose to have their data centers in a different region. Make sure you check with your customer. For us, we're just going to set it up here in the US. And once I've created it, it's going to ask me to add a tenant. We do not have to add a tenant. I'm not adding Azure. All we're going to try to do is open up the Security Guardian subscription. So what you need from your customer once this is done, you tell them you don't have to set up a tenant, and all they need to do is come up here, So I usually just direct them to the organization name. You can click on this and copy this org ID. This will be sent over to you so that you can go into our Trial Depot as a Quest employee or partner and put the org ID in, the deployment region, and all other relevant information to allow the licensing of this product. You're not going to be sending the customer any kind of key. It's done on the back end. So once their org is matched up with their license, then they'll be able to come to security dashboard, and this will be displayed where an active subscription isn't shown, but an actual dashboard will show. Now, I have seen it take up to about 5 minutes. Our development team will warn you this can take up to 15 minutes. So it's usually good to set this up during your first initial call. Just get them to go to quest-on-demand.com, log in, accept the license, and create their org, give you the org ID, then take that org ID and go into Trial Depot and set up their licensing. It's as simple as that. Now, part 2 to this is, what if I don't necessarily, or how do I assign other people in my environment to come join this, but I need them to have maybe a specific role? Or maybe it's just a matter of it's me and 2 other people. We're all going to be testing this. We all have to be administrators. How do I do that? What's the process once the dashboard is here? And this is from the customer's perspective. So if this is a Quest employee listening to this or a partner, this is very simple. It's from their perspective. So once they've been given access to the Quest On Demand website, all they have to do is go to Settings, Access Control. Now, you're probably going to want to click Roles first, but start with Users, because we have to put users in order to create those accounts, right? So right here, I'm going to grab this just to make things a little easier. Oops, and grab the whole thing. There we go. And I don't know, I'm going to put in, there we go, something like this. Now, I can start typing a role or go through the drop down here. If it's just Security Guardian that you're giving them access to, you can add them. Once you add this user, they will get an email saying that their account has been created to this email address, right? And then you're going to be able to assign roles. Right now, in this tenant, there's only one, but I could say assign users and then decide who those people are. And you could see that right here. And then I can decide maybe I want to give them or add another user, or give them different actions. Like I want to delete them when I'm finished, or maybe we're not going to keep everybody in here. But for now, that's the basic entry of putting somebody in. You can see I'm an on-demand administrator. Vance has been added to Security Guardian. This gives me full control over the tenant of on-demand. Vance has already been added to the Security Guardian. If I want to make any changes, I can do that here as well. If you're adding other licensing, this is where you'll be able to also add in additional access to those other licenses through the on-demand portal here. So keep that in mind when you're doing this type of setup. If you're going to want to set people up, they usually ask me after the first call, how do I get all my other teammates into Security Guardian? So you just go to Settings, Access Control Users, add them in, give them a role within it, and allow them to get their email and sign into the on-demand portal. It's as simple as that. For any advanced techniques about multiple products and how do you slice up the delegation of roles, that could be a separate video. But for now, this is just to give our customers the base understanding of how to get users added. So I'd like to thank you for joining this recording today, and enjoy the Security Guardian product.